Wakanda forever.
Why?
You'll see in a minute.
Okay.
Hi and welcome to the Ruby Tuesday. My name is Ruben.
And I'm Kay.
And today we are reviewing Spenser Confidential, a Netflix original movie.
When two Boston police officers are murdered, ex-cop Spenser teams up with his no-nonsense roommate Hawk to take down criminals. Take them down!
As far as I can tell, this is the fifth time Mark Wahlberg and Peter Berg have joined forces. It's becoming one of those typical Hollywood collaborators, that family unit, like, I only work with this director, damn it. I would say it's a typical cop drama in the vein of Lethal Weapon, except not nearly as good enough. It definitely has the feel of a buddy cop story, that they're trying to get that feeling between Winston Duke, who you may know from various big blockbuster films such as Black Panther. He was M'Baku, Wakanda Forever.
Are you done?
Oh, I see.
Yeah, you see now. Obviously in Avengers and Endgame and all those. I quite liked him in this. So their relationship was one of the things that I thought worked in this. The acting I thought was okay. The filming is okay. The thing is, it really drags its story out. It really takes its time to get there. You get the idea that it's always setting things up. They're setting up characters. They're setting up story. But it just feels like because it's a 2-hour runtime, I think they could have probably shaved off half an hour.
Yep, quite easily.
What did you think?
Well, I think maybe I've had my fill of this kind of movie. I feel like I'm not blinded by the cool action and the super, like, oh, I'm a hero and I always do the right thing. I'm no longer blinded by that, and now all I see is collateral damage.
Yeah.
So every time you get a guy who has a hero complex, a messiah complex, he's got to save the day, he's got to reveal the truth, he's got to, do the right thing. Everybody else in his life has to suffer. And I find that really frustrating. It's a Hollywood thing that just gets done over and over and over. And it's like, can we do the same story, but can we actually show that there are consequences for his actions? Like, okay, maybe he's just got out of prison and he wants to go and eat at his favorite old restaurant, but the bad guys find him there and trash the restaurant. Is there any consequence? Hell no. He just moves right on to the next thing. Like every single person whose life he touches and they get destroyed, and it's like, doesn't matter. As long as he wins, as long as the truth comes out, as long as the bad guys eventually get caught, so what? There are certain countries in the world where, if the cops destroy something, they have to pay for it. That doesn't really seem to be the case in America. I'm sure that there probably is a law that if they damage something, they have to pay for it. In England, in the UK, like, anything a cop does, they pay for. So, if they come into your house and then they do a search and they accidentally break one of your drawers when they pull it out, they pay for it. So, yeah, you just don't get the sense that there's any kind of... Anyway, you can cut all of that out. It was just a big ramble. Big rant. This has been done a lot.
Yeah, that's my biggest frustration with this film. There's nothing new. The filmmaking is fine. Cars still explode when they get hit. It was like, okay, fine. That's not real life.
Yeah.
You're trying to make the action believable. I think the fighting sequences are fine because it's Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah.
The thing I found annoying about this film is that it's Mark Wahlberg being Mark Wahlberg. There was never a point where I thought that he was his character. I just saw him as Mark Wahlberg. And I really like the guy. When you see him in interviews, he seems like the nicest guy. I bet he is. He just seems like just a really down-to-earth, amazing dude.
For me?
Deepwater Horizon. That was phenomenal. And he was fantastic in that. And also at the same time, I didn't really care about the character. So when there are emotional bits that you're meant to be involved with, I thought I was caring more about other things that were happening around it rather than what was happening to this guy. So you do care about Mark Wahlberg's investigation that he puts himself into. You care about the lady that has something happen to her, and I think you care about her a little bit. And then at the end, when everything's wrapped up, you see him look at something like there's comedic moments, and he's like, yeah, I want to do that next thing. And so they're obviously setting it up to do, it's like a franchise of films.
Oh, I hope not.
I don't think that this is gonna get another one because, as far as I can tell, people aren't gonna enjoy this.
Let's go!
It could be a Sunday afternoon film if you have lots of snacks and you don't mind chatting in between the film. You know, like if it's one of those where it starts, where it's, you know, there was one point where I was like, okay, we get it. Can we move the story on now? At that point, I could have had a conversation with Ruben before the next bit of action happened. And I think that would have been fine. And it wouldn't have actually taken away from the film at all.
I actually thought the the score reminded me, I kept saying, I think I said a number of times, it reminded me of Michael Bay Transformers. It had that epicness. But when it elevated to something, it didn't always lead to like a big epic scene. It just led to them walking into the next room. And I was like, oh, okay. That's weird. What's happening now?
Well, whoever did the score was like really hoping.
Yeah. There were a couple of outstanding performances for me. And I say outstanding, that just stood out above the rest. M'Baku, I thought he was fantastic.
Yeah, I enjoyed him.
I really enjoyed what he did with his character. He was more entertaining for me than the Mark Wahlberg character, which is fine if you like Mark Wahlberg. I like Mark Wahlberg. Mark Wahlberg. And then there is this amazing actor.
Henry!
What?
Alan Arkin is we know him as Hollywood gold. It's like the standard of, if you want to see someone act well, get Alan Arkin. You just look at the list, look at his name and his list of IMDb credits, and you'll be like, damn. And then just go and check him out. He's done a couple of Netflix TV series. Watch that, and you're just like, yes. When he walks on, how he delivers a comedic line is so good. It's so dry, but it's so funny and it's so real. And just like every time he's on screen, I'm like, yeah, I'm comfortable with watching you on screen. You are entertaining.
Yeah. He doesn't try. It's like it's effortless for him.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. And that is a mark of a great actor.
Yeah.
So all in all, I wasn't fazed by this. I don't think I'll ever watch it again. I'd much rather watch one of Peter Berg's other films. I really hope that they find their feet again, because Mile 22 wasn't particularly great either. I feel like Deepwater Horizon for me was like one of the best he's done, and I feel like they need to find something else again. But that's just my opinion. Maybe you love this film. Let us know in the comments below. What was your favorite Peter Berg film? Which is your favorite Mark Wahlberg film? It's probably not the Transformers one.
Probably not.
I'm going to give this a C.
I was hovering between like a C+ and a B-, but I think it's probably a C+.
Okay. So we've rambled enough. Let us know what you thought about this film. Were you excited? Have I let you down now?
Sorry.
Are you sad? Maybe you love it. Chat to us in the comments below. But most of all, until next time, remember...
Live long and Tuesday.